Hi, folks. My name's Paul Raggio, and I'm co-owner with my sister Lisa of One True North Leadership and Business Coaching Solutions. And this is our weekly video that we talk about leadership and best business practices and give you kind of a snapshot of our upcoming events. This past week with the demonstrations and some of the stuff that's been happening in Washington has really troubled me. And I wrote in this last week's article in the Gazette an article titled, "I'm Deeply Troubled, as I Know You Are Too." And I really focused on three areas. The first is words matter, and they matter when they come from a senior leader. The Secretary of Defense, in a conversation with our country's governors, was talking about control measures for protesters. And he used terms such as dominating the battle space. Those words matter. In a military construct, that means you're in a combat operation and you're actually dominating an enemy. They're not appropriate for talking about dominating or controlling protesters who are citizens of the United States. As with a number of my fellow officers, I condemned the use of that language. That's not language that's appropriate for a situation such as that. The second thing that really troubled me was I saw the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff en route with the president through Lafayette Square to what I perceived to be a photo opportunity in a political event. We have a code in the military, and it's that you remain apolitical through your term of service. You aren't given a choice. That's what we subscribe to. And if you do something that lends itself to being political, it's wrong. The chairman has since apologized for that and has admitted that what his judgment, he had an error in his judgment and was wrong. That in itself is a significant leadership lesson. Knowing that the most senior general, advisor to the president, made a mistake, he admitted it, and was forthright about it. What a teaching mechanism for all the other officers, non-commissioned officers that continue to serve in our service and who will serve in the future. I applaud General Milley for doing that. The third point is the use of military force, active duty military force, in controlling protesters. I find it to be a significant challenge in doing something like that, and not that the president can't do that. It's well within his realm of responsibility. It's just that there's been discussions that I believe don't take into full account the import of making a decision like that. It has to be very thoughtful. And if you're going to use active duty military forces, it should be last resort. And there's a leadership lesson in that in itself, that when you have such serious decisions that need to be made that are consequential, that you really take the time to be thoughtful about how you're going to make that decision and what the possible outcomes could be. Those are really the three big lessons I wanted to present today. Now for upcoming events, on Tuesday we'll do another meetup. This time it's going to be on the 5 ways to increase your cash flow. Really instructive, and it's the backbone of our coaching methodology. Something I encourage you to attend. It's at 4 p.m. Tuesday, and it's free. And then we have 3 other major events coming up that would be of importance to you. On Friday next week, we'll be hosting a webinar for nonprofit leaders, specifically on 90-day planning and how you do that. And then the following Tuesday, the 22nd, and then the following Thursday, the 24th, we'll be doing the same 90-day workshop for profit organizations. These workshops are really instructive. They teach you how to do the planning process, and they get you to write down those goals and objectives that you need to achieve in order to be successful in that quarter. It's really important right now in terms of the pandemic and knowing that we're starting to reopen, Positioning yourself at this point in time becomes really important, and your ability to thrive in about a year from now, when we'll have some type of vaccine and therapeutic solution. That's it for this week. I appreciate the feedback that you've been giving me on these videos, and I encourage you to keep that dialogue moving. And until then, let's get after it.